Welcome back. Well, the wrestlers Mankind, The Rock, and Medusa might be better known, but there are some teenagers in California working on their moves, and there is no faking going on here.
It's called backyard wrestling. And unlike the real sport, the action you see is for the most part unrehearsed. And these kids claim it's real. Every week, these teens get together in the backyard of their California homes for a knockdown. Anything goes, smash 'em, crash 'em, brawl.
The ringside, Peter, any injuries to report?
Not tonight, but a couple of weeks ago, yes. You know, this may look like any normal, ordinary neighborhood, but inside these homes out here in Carson, homes just like this one, lurks a hotbed of amateur wrestling. In fact, if you're looking for the next Rock, try knocking on that door right here in Carson. If you think wrestling is just for the pros, think again. Tell The Rock to move on over and get ready for The Ron. That's him in the ring on home video. And here he is again tonight when I caught up with him at his home in Carson. 17-year-old Ron Robinson Jr., a senior at Banning High and a 2-year veteran of amateur wrestling matches, often wrestling in his own backyard or vacant lots. Ultimate goal, turning pro.
Is the point to be as rough as you can be and let the blood flow, or is the point to put on a show? And if somebody gets bloody, well, that's what happens.
The point is to put on a show.
But Ron admits in his backyard bouts, people do get bloody. These pictures prove it. It's not a game for the weak-willed, a busted lip or nose, not rare.
Oh, the dudes! Oh, no. Oh, you with that. Oh, no.
These teenagers say they're wrestling fans who want to be like the stars of the WWF. With music blaring, fans shouted their pleasure at all the violence, taunting, and plot twists. Santa Ana police say backyard wrestling is legal as long as no one is charged admission and none of the neighbors are disturbed.
Teenagers there. Lance Orozco has details live from Ventura. Lance.
Well, Michael, some teenagers are calling extreme wrestling fun. Others are calling it stupid and dangerous. But among the younger set, the whole thing is creating a lot of debate here in Ventura County. This looks like a picture of a vicious attack. A teenager swinging a metal folding chair at another teenager. But it's actually something a few Ventura County teens are doing as backyard entertainment. It's their own version of professional wrestling, which they call extreme wrestling.
But it's all just for TV, right? Well, don't tell that to teenage fans Andre Verdun and his buddy Nicholas Teal. Andre's the one getting clocked with a light bulb. They're so fanatical about pro wrestling, they're staging their own backyard matches, complete with an audience, mostly their neighborhood friends, and 3 home video cams. It looks frightening, but they say they're having fun.
I just love it. I've been watching my whole life, and I live wrestling. I think I live wrestling more than anyone else I've ever met in my life.
The Cosmic Smasher.
My trademark is that I'm nuts. Well, a lot of people say I'm the most craziest, insane, suicidal, nuts guy that there is.
Xanity is mad. Come on!
In backyards all across the country, young wrestling fans are trying to imitate the pros by body slamming each other in front of an audience of friends. The hits from these amateurs sometimes produce dangerous results as they try to mimic the smooth moves and trash talk they see on TV.
Oh, at one time I did nearly paralyze my friend, or my opponents, who I hate very much.
Accidents still happen.
See, this is what you get when you wrestle too much. You already get beat like that, you know? See that?
Despite the risks, these kids wouldn't have it any other way.
We just have a great time here, and it's what we love to do.
Mr. Saturday Night!
9-year-old Tyler Patterson is the youngest wrestler on the card. During the match, he gives as good as he gets.
Tyler, how'd you get into this?
Well, my brother started it in our backyard, and I just liked it, so I got into it.
Pain, cruelty. These kids think it's the greatest show on earth. Not the fallen angel. All this hardened pro wrestler sees is stupidity.
I find myself watching it, I just almost grimace every time somebody slams down on the mat.
Just keeps going up and going up and going up until at some point somebody gets really screwed up.
Unless that happens, though, don't expect the wrestlers of the UEW to put a chokehold on stunts like these.
UEW!
Looks rough. There is a lot of blood. It's mostly for show, though. By the way, that kid with the ripped-up face was okay. Now, the police did stop by several times, but didn't do anything to stop all of it.
Now, you were right there at ringside.
Yeah,
Is it as bad as it's